Well, so we woke up that morning, and these friends were down, and they had a couple of kiddos, and so we got up, and I walked in there because, you know, I'm a cowboy, and I got to have my coffee in the morning, so I walked in there and went, and nothing happened. So like any good cowboy, I went and flushed every toilet just so I wasn't the only one that didn't have water. No, actually, I made coffee. I dipped it in the tank and made some coffee. Nobody knew any better. I used the tank. I didn't use the bowl. Give me a little bit of credit. And so I made some coffee with the toilet water, and I sat down, and I was just enjoying it. You know, it probably wasn't going to be freezing for, you know, just till lunch or something. And so anyway, the two men, they got up and they went in there and they got them some toilet coffee, and I just grinned. And they were drinking it, talking about how good it was, and all of a sudden I heard a commotion coming out of the master bedroom. And here comes my buddy's wife out of that bedroom, and she is madder than a hornet because there ain't no water. I knew where the water line was frozen because it come up out of the well like that, and then it went into the well house, and the well house was it was done up like an Eskimo, but the 2-inch pipe coming up out of the well and going in there was nothing, not a drop of insulation on it, so I knew exactly where it was frozen. I didn't care. When you live on a ranch, man, without water for 2 or 3 hours, man, that's a piece of cake. And so anyway, I just sat there, and she goes, well, what are you going to do about it? And I mean, she is mad. And I'm like, I ain't jumping in front like a rodeo clown. You on your own, cowboy. And so I sat there like any good cowboy would and smiled at the wreck that was going on. Never getting married. Thank goodness my wife isn't like that. And so anyway, she's mad, and the only, in her defense, the only reason she's mad is one of the little, I mean, these were little kids. One of the little kids that had a wreck and had the scours and everywhere, and they needed to clean him off. Well, I suggested putting him in the toilet tank, and then that just didn't work out real well. So I just shut up. I thought, you know what, that was my grand idea. I thought we could roll him in the snow outside, just kind of scrape him down, you know, run him along the banister on the porch, you know. I'm just saying. I got tons of solutions. But no, she was mad, and so we belonged to this gym. Anybody else belong to a gym? You know that one that you pay $49.95 a month for, and you went the first 2 weeks and then you never went back and you're still paying them $49.95? That's the gym that we belong to. And so she was going to take them up there so she could bathe them boys off. And so nobody ever asked me, Kevin, is there anything that you can do to help? Since nobody asked me, I just sat there drinking my toilet coffee, enjoying life. I kind of liked it. I didn't have to go out, and I'd already broke ice and for the horses and everything, and I was sitting there drinking coffee, and they got up and left, and whenever they'd been gone about 2 minutes, I got up and put my coffee cup down, and I walked out there to see what I could do about the frozen water. Granted, she'd already left. And so I walked out there, and I knew exactly where it was frozen, and I looked over there, and, you know, I was like, well, how am I going to unfreeze this? Because, I mean, the wind's blowing, and it's cold. It's like 28. Yeah, the thing was falling. It's like 28 degrees now. And so, anyway, I looked around, and here's this metal pipe, and it's only about this long. And so I'm sitting there, and what am I going to do to get this ice? Because I don't want to break anything. And I look over there in the pump house, and the pump house is where we were storing all the feed sacks. And then I look, and there's some baling wire. And I remembered that we had a R.I.D.E. And so I get the feed sacks, and I wrap them around this metal pipe, and I tie it with baling wire, and then I do it again. And by this time, that's about this big around, and everybody thought I was insulating, but I wasn't. I walked back inside, and I got me one of them handy-dandy fire starters, and I lit that thing on fire and stood back. Turned the water on, And I mean, that thing flared up, and I thought it was going to burn all the insulation down because it run down the pipe and went in the house, in the deal, and there wasn't no water. So I was in there kung fu kicking the burning insulation. And here in a second, here comes the water. It's like, who's the man? Who's the man? So I turn the water off, and I walk in there. Of course, you know, you always got to leave the water, you know, on and everything, so every toilet's filling back up. So we made some more coffee and out of the sink. And we made some more coffee, and my buddy, my roommate said, man, how did you do that? And I said, you don't want to know. He said, you're probably right. And so anyway, we sat there, and I went in, and I took me a nice hot shower. Then my buddy got in, well, not in with me, but I mean, he went and got, come on. Have you ever seen somebody rear back for a home run? I could see Jared out of the corner of my eye. As my mouth was opening to say that, Jared was, so I had to cut him off at the pass. He got in his own shower after I was out, took him a hot shower, and then his buddy got in a different shower whenever he was out and took him a shower. And whenever they came back, we was all spiffed up and showered and smelling well. That might not have been the smartest thing to do. Because come to find out, when she come walking in, she had that baby, and that baby had a big old knot on his head. And it seems that they got in the little community showers in there with that ceramic, and they turned it on, and he's just a little old kid. And I guess they had him all hunched over like that, trying to wash his hiney off, and he slipped and fell and hit himself in the head. And when she walked in there, and if I thought she was mad before it started, when she took a gander at us and we was all clean and sparkly and smelling fine, she goes, do we have water? And my buddy, man, he was great, man. I mean, I have to give it to him. He was Cowboy and just didn't know it. He goes, as soon as you left, he got the water going. I dove behind the couch. She was mad. Mad. And she yelled at me, and she goes, why didn't you tell me you could get the water going? I said, you didn't ask. I was scared. You're mean. Can I go to my room? There's some coffee.